Why do 2 drinks now feel like 10 on Tirzepatide? This weekend at Burns Night, they absolutely wrecked me and my husband. If alcohol hits different on GLP-1 for you too, I want you to stick around. Full story, scale update, and my shot on camera coming up. I'm Carrie. I'm a nurse practitioner who's lost over 50 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide and 115 pounds from my highest weight. And quick disclaimer, this is my personal experience only, not medical advice. Always consult your provider. Okay, let's dive in. I'm a 54-year-old and I'm 5'7" tall. And I started Tirzepatide on May 2nd, 2025 at 202.2 pounds. Last week, I weighed 150.7 pounds. And drum roll, this week I'm down to 150 pounds flat, 3/4 of a pound. Honestly, I've been hovering right in this range for a while, just above that 150 mark on my weigh-ins. So some of that is surely water weight, probably a bit of fat too. You know, when you're so close to your goal weight, the pounds don't leap off like they do at the start. You're lucky if they even crawl at this point. And this is pretty exciting as it's the first time I've got to record a weekly weigh-in at 150 pounds. I'm actually really excited. My goal is actually 147, so it's feeling close. And honestly, after the indulgence we had this week, I'll happily take this victory. Speaking of that indulgence, we celebrated Burns Night on Saturday, and for anyone not familiar, it's this awesome Scottish tradition honoring the poet Robert Burns on his birthday, which is January 25th. And this was his 267th birthday, actually. He's the guy who wrote Auld Lang Syne, the song we all sing at New Year's Eve. There's always a bagpiper, poetry reading, toasts, and of course the star of the night is the haggis. And if you haven't had haggis before, honestly, you are not missing a lot. It's basically a gigantic spice sausage, but the spices are warm and delicious and comforting, and it's served with a delightful whiskey cream sauce. It was actually really good. It must be because we keep going back every year. So we had haggis with neeps and taties, which is turnips and potatoes, and did the whole cultural vibe. It was so much fun, good food, great laughs, and a couple of drinks to toast the occasion. But here's where it gets real. Those 2 drinks, over about 3 hours actually, hit both me and my husband way harder than we expected. We're both on compounded Tirzepatide, and wow, did we feel crappy afterwards. Those 2 drinks were enough to give me a bit of a buzz, not my husband though. And that wouldn't have happened before the GLP-1. And then the nausea kicked up for both of us, but it was a delayed reaction. It actually didn't hit until about an hour after we were headed home. And worst of all, we both slept terrible that night. I even had some seriously creepy dreams. I should know that alcohol can amplify the side effects like digestive upset, dehydration, or just that overall off feeling because the meds slow your gastric emptying and they change how your body processes this stuff. Anyway, we recovered, lesson learned. Moderation is extra important on these medications. But what was moderation before GLP-1s might actually be too much while you're taking these medications. So yeah, this week was kind of boring on paper, 1/4 pound lost, but boring progress is beautiful when it keeps moving forward, and hitting 150 despite a boozy Burns night, that's something to celebrate. And as you already know, I do my shot on the same day as I do my weigh-in, so come along with me so you can watch me stab myself. It'll take about 30 seconds. And drop me a comment. How has alcohol been hitting you lately? Still the same, way harder, or have you had to cut back? It goes in quick, easy, and painless, and then I clip the needle off into my inexpensive needle clip, which holds over 1,000 sharps, and the syringe just goes into the trash. If you're interested in this little needle clipper, I'll link to it in the description below for you. If this resonated with you, smash that like button, subscribe for more weekly updates, and I'll see you next time with whatever the scale and life brings. Bye-bye.